Hello, I'm Matt Quinn, Vice President of CGC Trading Cards. I'm excited to share some really cool errors with you today. These errors are, really important parts of collections. People collect errors almost exclusively sometimes. There's a lot of ways you can find these errors. You can be in theme decks, booster packs, different kind of products, but error collecting is a really fast upcoming part of the hobby. We at CGC Trading Cards, we grade these error cards and give them appropriate descriptions to really help people understand what they are, how much they're worth, and why they should be preserved. So today I have 3 cards I want to show you guys. The first one's pretty exciting. It's a card that happened when the production process was being made. They put the foiling on the cardstock, and the foiling comes in a big roll, and they apply it to the cardstock for whatever particular foiling type they want to use for that card. So with this instance here, it was just going to be a baby shiny, and what had happened is the hollow roll ended, and they kept putting the production through. So this card actually has hollow from the midline down here, and then it ends at the top. And there's a very distinctive line where the hollow roll was spliced to the cardstock. For our next error we have is a very dramatic one indeed. It's you can tell from the back, it's just what happened here. Well, the front and the back of the card got put on the same side. So during the production, typically they would print the backs for all the cards first, and then they'd take that back cardstock with a white face and then print the faces on them. So for this card, what had happened during production, it just simply went through the same side twice. So you have the front and the back on one side. Very dramatic, very appealing. This one's got a Pokeball, which is a very popular card as well. So, you combine a great card, iconic, along with a big dramatic error like this, and you can really talk about incredible value. Lastly, I have a really exciting Wizards of the Coast era. This card here is basically what you would call a grease error. So what would happen is when they have production going, they'd have to grease these machines to make sure they, run operationally smooth and there's no issues. But sometimes some of that grease can drop onto the production area, and what will happen is it'll cause the ink not to stick really well. So you have this large affected area right across the front where you can see there's significantly less ink than there should be. So you see a little bit of a bleed. It's pretty dramatic. It looks good. Again, errors are all about being dramatic. It needs to kind of pop in you and say, wow, this thing's impressive, which this card is. A lot of people will call this a hollow bleed, but it's really insufficient ink caused by an obstruction, actually. So knowing how these things are made is first and foremost. Some of my team actually got the chance to go to a facility that prints Pokemon cards and see the step-by-step process. Because we really want to understand how these are made and when it happens during the production side of these cards. Like, these errors are exciting, they're fantastic. We grade these errors. We're one of the few companies that will grade almost every kind of error you can find, whether it's miscut, whether it's a fold over, or any kind of ink smear, things of that nature. We're just really proud to handle these treasures the way they should be handled and get them safely encapsulated in our CGC Trading Cards holder. So again, look us up online at cgccards.com and check out some of the cool articles we have on the website about these errors as well.